Hey everybody, this is Jane Johnson from Drive Safe, Ride Safe, and of course I'm here with Crash Investigator and Driver Safety Expert Mike Pehl. Hi Mike, how you doing?
Doing good.
Great. All right, well we're going to talk a little bit about behaving badly behind the wheel, which I know you're going to explain what happens when personalities clash in a car. So maybe we can talk first about car crashes in general, how they happen.
Yes. Yeah. First of all, hey everyone. Glad you're tuning in with us because these things are awesome. You need to keep doing this because you know what? We are going to save a lot of lives this way, and it could be your best friends. But anyway, this is how crashes happen. 77% of all crashes are caused by driver error. That's just in every age group. Doesn't necessarily point it at the teenager, but 50% of all new drivers crash the car within the first 6 months of their driver's license. Parents, take a look at that. You teenagers, take a look at that, and you be the ones to change that. Experience is the number one reason for crashing. All the more if you've known me for the last 35 years that I've done this, I've talked everything. Everything I do is about experience. Speed and distractions are responsible for the majority of the deaths of our road, and that's also in all age groups, but especially our teenagers who become the risk takers. Common personalities in a car. I don't care who you are, what you're doing out there. I don't care if you're a mom listening or a dad listening, or if you're the teenager listening, but every group has these traits of people in their group. We have an instigator. The instigator controls the risk taker, which is a very, very deadly mix. The risk taker is usually the driver, and the instigator can talk the risk taker into doing almost anything. We have the goody two-shoes, the person, the straight A student that's with the group, and they're going to say something like, you know what, I don't want to be part of that. And then most of your group just goes along for the ride. They don't say it's good. They don't say it's bad. They're wishing they would have got out of the car if it's a bad situation, but they don't. So they're just hoping by the grace of God that they're going to survive the night. Let's put it that way. So go ahead, Jane.
All right, so now I'm gonna click on, this is a tape that you're in, and of course you're talking while you're driving. Get around this person.
Well, that person has the right of way, so I can't go in front of him, so come on, baby. Okay. Good?
Nope, now it is.
That guy would have done the right thing and gotten his own frickin' lane. Yes, this is on camera, see? Mike Pehl, Road Rage City. It's recording. Oh, look at the kids. Yep, we got that on camera. Here you go. No seatbelt. Social media. This is why parents shouldn't let kids drive with other kids.
Okay, now not only were they acting foolish there, now watch him. He's going to open his door and try and hit a highway cone. He's going to go through 2 red lights. I should have ran through the red light and followed these kids a little bit more because this road is leading out in the country. And this is where people die, is right there. Because he didn't want to lose his friends, so he went through 2 red lights. His careless driving, his reckless driving, the instigator part, the risk-taking part. If I would have been a cop, this kid would have got probably 2 careless driving tickets. His insurance would be astronomical right now. They'd be banging on his parents' door saying, do you own this guy? But there you go. That's what happens. So my question to all you is this. I don't care who you are out there. Is there anything good that can happen with you and 10 of your friends in 1 to 4 cars? Because this is what happens right here. And if you could just take my advice and be the disciplined one and make sure that if you guys are going someplace to a bonfire or a person's house or a sleepover, you never want to be with the group. Drive yourself and always be 10 minutes late. You're the one that comes up to these guys' accidents. You're going to be administering the first aid to these people. And just think if we could get this video to their parents. Whoa, wouldn't that be something? Anyway.
Obviously, that's one incident, but really you have stories of many that has happened. And one I know example is Jimmy and his 5 passengers who crashed, and it was like one of his first days at driving to school or something.
Yes, yes. So, this was a while back, but it's a true story. And a 17-year-old kid, we'll call him Jimmy. Dad let him take the car to school for the very first time. And of course, remember the first time you got your license or the first time you're going to get your license, what's the first thing you want to do? You don't want to take mom to the store, right? You want to go show your friends you got your license, okay? You're going to drive down, look at me. You're going to wave all over. You're not going to be paying attention. And you're going to go, oops, I'm not supposed to do that. But anyway, Jimmy brings the car to school. After school, he gets 5 of his friends and himself, and they jump in the car, and they're going to go for a little joyride. No drugs, no alcohol. But guess what? We have a group of kids, all right? Males and females together making poor choices, bad decisions, no discipline, okay? So in that group of friends, remember, you have a risk taker who's always going to be the driver. You have an instigator who instigates the risk taker. Bad couple to have together. That's a deadly crash waiting to happen. And then you have that goody-goody two-shoes, you in the back seat, that are going to tell them, you know what, you're not being so smart here, okay? So they get going down the road, and of course the instigator will call him Mikey, and the risk taker Jimmy. Mikey says to Jimmy, come on, Jimmy, let's see how fast the old man's car goes. Well, Jimmy thinks that's a great idea, so he picks up his speed. And they're going a little bit faster. And then Mikey says to Jimmy, come on, you can even go faster. There's nobody around. You're not going to get a ticket. There's no cops, blah, blah, blah. And so Jimmy even goes faster. Well, then the goody-goody two-shoes Sally in the back speaks up and says, boys, none of us have our seatbelts on. You need to slow the car down. Well, that's all an instigator needs to hear, because now Mikey says to Jimmy, ha, Jimmy, Sally's ready to wet her pants in the back seat. Let's even go faster. And actually, let's put some weaves in it. Jimmy thinks that's a great idea, and that's what he does. And of course, he loses control of the car, and he wraps it around the tree. And guess what? Jimmy and his 5 passengers are dead. Why? Because we have 5 people that rode with a risk taker, and nobody used common sense. Nobody used good discipline, and it's over. It's done. Okay? So, but anyway, they wrap this car around the tree. Now, you remember these words forever, because if you ever do get in that car and you have your driver being not so smart, we'll just say you have your driver being stupid, not making good choices, you always have the option to get out of that car. You know what? All you need to say is the little thing, I'm sick, I'm going to throw up. You know what the driver does? They do not say, my dad carries puke bags in the back seat cushion pocket. Make sure you grab it and discard it on your way out. They don't say, roll the window down and blow it out the side of the car because it goes down the side of the car. You ever thrown a glass of water out going 60 miles an hour and it comes right back in? Some goes down inside the door. Some goes in between the window and the door. And every time you roll the window up, you get a streak of throw up. You don't want that. So guess what the driver does? Not in the car. There's your exit. Car stopped. You're going to get out. You're really not sick. All right. And you're going to say, all right, that's when you're going to get your cell phone. I know you got one. You're going to call mom, dad. I don't care if it's midnight. I don't care if it's 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I don't care if you're in the middle of nowhere. You're not going to get back in that car because the next ride is even going to be worse. But your parents will respect you so much with that phone call saying, Jimmy was being an idiot. I'm out of the car. I'm in the spooky place. Come and get me. All right. You need to be disciplined for that. It will work for you. And I tell you what, we hear of these stories, folks, kids. We hear these stories over and over and over and over again, and they don't change. So you got to be smarter than that. You need to get this. You need to tune in with us. That's what we're here for. We're here to save your life and to help you save someone else's life because we don't reach everybody, but maybe you do. So you know what? Take heed to this.